guys, I'm Paige. This is Soulfully Unplugged, and today we are here with.
Beks, hello, welcome from Australia.
Hi, Bex. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I absolutely saw your videos on my news feed for the last few months, and I had to put a pin to get in touch with you to get you on here. I'm so excited to have you here. Once again, thank you for joining us.
Oh, I love it when the internet connects and turns this into something real. I love it.
It does its job, let's say that for sure,
Yes,
right?
it's not just brain rot. We can testify.
Yeah, we got real connection. We could put it
Yes.
down here in the ether, friends.
Yeah,
Bex,
yeah.
thank you again. I appreciate you. If you don't mind giving our viewers a little bit of insight on who you are, where you're from, and what kind of music you do.
Yes, I'm Bex. I'm from Australia. I was raised in a rural country town called Bundaberg. I make electronic pop, but essentially at the heart of what I do, I'm a songwriter. And the reason why Paige has actually discovered me is through a song that I wrote 11 years ago for my dad. And that is definitely a strong contrast to the type of music that I've been making the last 5 years. But my musical journey has been a long journey. I started writing radio jingles when I was 9 years old, and then I was a country music queen, and puberty drew me off my path, and I became distracted and made lots of mistakes that I've learned from now. And I returned to music when I was selling handbags out of the back of my car. Singing little jingles to myself. And from there, I started an all girl rock band and toured Australia with The Darkness, Amel and the Sniffers, The Growlers. And the only thing I wasn't banking on was that my all female band some of them would get pregnant. So I had to pack that project up, and I stepped into my own pop project. And since then, I have gone on to do a lot of incredible things. And I have a very special announcement, which I
Yes,
think
please let us
probably the
know.
pinnacle of my career so far is Paige here for you exclusively for your listeners. I am the new celebrity guest judge on Australia. Drag Race Down Under Australia versus the World,
Oh my
airing
god.
globally this Friday, wherever you are. And I am so grateful that I got to do this. This is a real homage and tribute to all of the queens that helped me along my journey.
Oh, we are definitely going to have to sit there, watch, and support and root for you, girl. Oh my gosh, that is fantastic.
Yes,
Thank you so much for sharing that news. Ah,
thank you.
absolutely. That's so I'm still mind blown. I know we quickly touched based on that before, but oh my gosh, I'm still mind blown. Thank you so
I'm
much for
still mind
sharing
blown,
it.
babes.
I
It
bet.
is mind blowing.
It
I mean,
is.
I think that you discovered me through my song "A Love Like This," which
Yes.
for your listeners is a song that I wrote again 11 years ago. I recorded it in a 360 deal where I signed away the rights to the song, and so I didn't own the masters. And it was my dad's favorite song. It was written using my dad's lyrics. And last year, trigger warning for anyone that's lost a parent, I lost my father to cancer, and I used the inheritance that he left me to buy the master of that song back and release it to tribute his life. And I posted it online, and it went super viral.
Yeah, that's
And
how I found you. Was that
I
because I
wasn't
too also
expecting
lost
it.
my dad when I was 12. It was to
I'm so
suicide,
sorry, honey.
unfortunately, but it hit me just as much at as at that moment, and the photos that I remember you posting with that just caught me because I saw not just a woman, but I saw a little girl, like how I would be for your dad. You know what I mean? And so that's initially for me what was like, all right, I really have to talk with her. I need to know a little bit more about her because we have already this one little connection here. So,
Wow.
however you did on making it, posting it, and making it go viral, it made its way and touching it a heart all the way here in America. So, it's
Wow.
crazy how the internet works, isn't it?
It is. It really is. And it's crazy how the world works, because this song is not aligned with the rest of my catalog. The rest of my catalog is, all the good boys are gay, EDM, very Kylie Minogue meets Kesha.
Oh,
And
my
then,
favorites.
yes, and actually, I got the call from Drag Race as I was sitting down writing my eulogy for my dad. 48 hours after he passed, I got an email from Drag Race. So even though they are separate sounds, it has
A
all morphed
connection.
together as part of a very nostalgic and sentimental storyline for me.
Yeah, no, that definitely is. Wow. That's so now I'm really gonna be there on my TV screen screaming, "Go Beks!" Literally freaking out every challenge you have, my love. I'm going to be there supporting it.
Thank you,
110%.
baby. Thank you.
Absolutely. Moving on a little bit more, if younger you had to kind of get a peek into what life is like now for Bex, what would you think she would have to say, or what you think would be, should not like just word vomit as I'm doing right now? She would just be tripping over herself, being like, I can't believe. I mean, obviously, besides our one turning point that we have here, that's absolutely pivotal for you.
She would be enamored. She'd be proud. And I don't say that from a position of being cocky. I've had to go through the trenches.
Mm-hmm.
I've had to go through my 20s with substance abuse and, raging insecurity, self loathing, self harm. But where I sit right now in my 30s, my personal life, my career, she would just be so proud. And I feel emotional and touched that I can finally say that about myself.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm just a friend of Little Bex, and I'm extremely proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, going on with music, obviously you said that that one song is a lot different than what your normal vibe is. Now, going to your normal vibe, what inspirations do you pull from that?
Well, as the founding member of the official Bundaberg Spice Girls Club, I draw from girl power. That is at the core of what I do. I am a feminist,
Mhm.
and everything that I create contextually around that is centered around empowering female energy. And sonically, it's vast, but I guess if you want to draw comparisons, it is like my vocal is like Robin, or even I do have a Stevie Nicks tone to my voice.
Mhm.
Just like a white winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing.
Bex, I'm
But
gonna
I
have to
also,
just borrow you for karaoke night, because we would rock it. We would rock it for some Fleetwood Mac. Just saying.
oh, well, I mean, I grew up on Fleetwood Mac, and but then I have a very much a Kylie tone. I'm spinning around, move out of my way,
Oh,
and so I guess I'm all about the girls, and then sonically I sit in the Robin, Kesha, Kylie, Madonna, but then
yes.
I am punk because
Mhm.
my that's where my feminist agenda comes through. So I also
The
love
rebellion.
from the Yeah Yeahs, La Tigra, L7, Peaches,
Yes.
PJ Harvey,
Yes.
so many
Yes.
icons. I try to put them all
Yeah, I know it's very
in what I
hard.
do.
When I was younger, I would just say Joan Jett was my hero. I would say that all the time when I was younger. So I definitely relate to that because growing up, especially in like the 90s, because I'm in my 30s as well. So growing up as like a kid in the 90s, you had like what we had was like Gwen Stefani and No Doubt and all of that, you know what I mean? And then you had the Spice Girls that really gave that girl power. And then you had Pink as well that really just gave the industry a run for their money on that one. And ah,
Tick tick tick.
absolutely. Moving forward, going on to a little bit funnier side of things, are you familiar at all with SpongeBob or a little bit at all?
A little bit. I grew up in a holistic household, and we weren't allowed to watch Home and Away. We weren't allowed to watch Home and Away, or um, what's it, Family Guy, or what's the one with Bart Simpson?
Oh, The
The Simpsons.
Simpsons. Yep.
The Simpsons. I wasn't allowed to watch any kind of like TV like that. So I am only as an adult discovering more about SpongeBob. So I'm ready to be tested, Paige.
All right, if you had to choose one to two SpongeBob quotes that you would probably use in everyday life, because over here I use SpongeBob quotes probably hourly. We should probably keep a tally one day on how many times I use SpongeBob quotes. So it's one of my favorite things to say because the voice of SpongeBob, Tom Kennedy, is a Syracuse native, and that's where I'm from. So I have to go Tom all the way, you know?
I love that. I love that. I mean, that is pop culture as well. So I'm into it. I would say my top phrases would be I'm ugly and proud.
Yeah. I
And
say that one all the time.
maybe you've reached the house of unrecognized talent.
Yes. Yes, I love that one. There's so many good zingers. If you ever get down to actually watching it, there's a lot of funny moments in there that they never expected, I guess, 30 years ago to be as big as it is now, which is fantastic because I guess Tom Kennedy goes around and says, I can't go a day without someone in their 30s running off a quote to me. And I
Wow.
don't think he'll
Well, I have
ever
a
get away
challenge
with
for
it.
you. Well, where I'm from, the icons are Kath and Kim.
Okay.
So, do you know anything about Kath and Kim?
I don't know.
Okay, you have to check out Kath and Kim. They're a mother and daughter duo, and they're like peak Australian bogan characters.
Ooh.
Um, and yeah, the mum's always like, "Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me." Yeah, you got to check that out, guys.
I'm gonna
Kath and
have
Kim.
to.
Kylie
Next
Minogue
time
was
we
on
talk,
that
you're gonna have
too.
to quiz me on it, because I will definitely. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I love that there's a little bit of a difference, but we all have like the similar things that are in like the similar bucket, that we have to
Yeah.
relate and pull from. It's great. That's what I love about getting to know people from other places is that we're not stuck in our own bubble. Like all of us are like, "Oh, SpongeBob." And you're like, "Well, how about this?" And I'm like, "All right, now I have to." I just started watching was it Skims UK. So much better
Yeah.
than the American version. I was like, "Why don't we know about this? Come on." There's some things I swear everyone else is keeping hidden from us.
Oh, wow.
I know. We just have to do a little bit more digging, right? Um, Going further on, keeping on the funny, unhinged side, if you had to choose one song that would be like your wake up song every day for the next year, what song would it be?
Well, it would have to be All the Good Boys Are Gay. My song,
Yes.
obviously.
Yes. You know what? I get that because you have to get the streams. If it was a
Oh,
song
no.
that wasn't
No,
your
I have to
own
get
song,
mindset. It's the mindset girl.
oh,
It's
okay.
yeah. All the
Okay.
good boys
You
are
know what?
gay.
I'm gonna have to put that on every morning, I think. Give that a test drive as I'm going washing my hair. Uh,
But I do, just a little bit of like the pop culture you're talking about TV shows. I don't know if you know this fun fact about me, but I actually have a song out with Brandy Glanville from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
I didn't know that. Tell us a little bit more about how that happened.
Yes, I was in LA 2 years ago, and I got a call from my friend saying, "Can you come to the studio? I want you to I want you to be on this song." And yeah, Brandy Glanville was there, and so I wrote her a rap, and so now I have a song with Brandy Glanville's rap on it, and we made a
That's
music
so
video.
awesome.
It was wild. It was wild.
I'm
It's
gonna
called
have
Red.
to link it. I'm gonna link it down in the link below so you guys, so we all can check it out. Because now I'm godsmacked, honestly. That's
Well, look, it's
awesome.
it's 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 a pop culture tribute song, but it's not
We
it's
love
it
pop
doesn't
culture
fully
tribute
represent
songs over here.
my catalog, okay?
Hey, it's okay.
It's
We
for the gags.
So a lot of my viewers and I, we actually love like those quirky, funny songs and stuff, or stuff that's fit in with that. So not so like, all right, serious, or I'm about to go and dance. We're just like, all right, let's put something funny on. And it's like the one guy singing the Trolley Law song or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something we'll have to give a check out.
Great.
So going on, I'm sure you've toured quite a bit, correct?
Yes.
So touring life is quite hectic. I know a little bit about it. Everyone always has to go stop at like a gas station, usually for food, because we can't always just stop and have a nice meal. What at like a gas station or a rest stop? What is your go-to snack?
Jerky, coconut water, and soothers.
Okay. You know what? I'm a big jerky fan, so I approve. I approve of all three. I always have to have
Well,
something for my dry mouth, so it's
I
always. I'm always the one with like a little pocket candy, just whoop.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean,
So
I'm a glutard and lactose intolerant. So to
Oh
be
my
fair,
gosh.
when I was in America, there was literally nothing else I could buy because
Yeah,
everything is
there's
meat or dairy.
yeah, no, I yearn to travel and feel what it feels like to not feel like I'm being weighed down by all of the food that we have. I feel like my one friend, they went to like Italy for a month and they dropped like 20 pounds. And they're like, I didn't eat anything different. And I was like, me and my waistline would love to see that at that moment. And they're sending me big pasta plates. And I'm like, how? How? Just send. I don't know. It could be just
Yeah,
remember in Spy Kids where they would just hit the button and the food would come out. I was like, can't.
yes.
We're supposed to have flying cars by now, right? So moving on, if your fans got to visit your hometown, where would be the first place that you'd take them to show them? Like if I came and I was like, all right, show me, what would be the first place?
Okay, well, I would take you to the rum distillery because where I'm from in Bundaberg, we're very famous for our Bundaberg sugar, our Bundaberg beer, and our Bundaberg rum. So I used to live next to the rum distillery. So I'd probably take you for a tour of the rum distillery. I'd probably get you, get you a few too many rums in you, and then I'd probably take you down to Baldwin Swamp, which is
Okay.
like the local like swampy area where there's like this little stage that you can. It's like a bush stage.
Ooh.
And I'll probably give you a show. That's probably
Hey,
what I
I
do.
would love that, honestly. Absolutely. I'd be the first one up on that dance floor, just shaking to it, especially if you put one too many drinks in me. It's kind of hard to reel me back in, girl. You'd be like, I don't know where she went. I'll be climbing up in the tree. And you'd be like, oh, there's that feral American. There she goes.
Oh my god, up to the
Show you guys what
koalas.
jackass is really like. uh, so, what's the most memorable concert that you ever attend as a fan?
Probably the Flaming Lips.
Ooh. How
Yeah.
long ago would that be, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh
Like, what age would you
gosh.
have been?
I would have been around 25. I went and saw the Flaming Lips, and they had the most incredible like celebration of weirdness. They had like frogs and horses, and they were out in the crowd in giant bubbles, and there was rainbow lasers. It was like an acid trip. It was insane, and it just really opened my mind. I mean, okay, no. So that was the most eye-opening concept because that showed me the limits of like chaotic improv, right? It was
Mhm.
all improv. And then on the other spectrum, I went to Lady Gaga last year, which was choreographed, very every single thing down detailed. So I enjoyed both of them, and both of them taught me things as a performer. As a performer and an artist, when you go to a show, you're like taking notes. You are
Yep.
enjoying it, but you're essentially like taking notes.
Yeah, you're like,
Um,
I loved this, I loved that. Absolutely,
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
And Lady Gaga, man, that's one that I've always been wanting to go. One day I will go. She has.
Well, you better not miss out next time because Mama, she's going to be mamaing soon, I reckon.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well we gotta get our shit together here, get our ducks in order,
Yes.
friends. Going forward here, going a little bit more personal and heartfelt. What about music has taught you a lesson? So like when you're creating and really finding your style, and especially as a songwriter, what moments that were pivotal for you in becoming on who you are today and kind of moving forward to who you are becoming even further?
I've spent a good 5 years writing everywhere. I've written in Germany, in Denmark, I've written America, Italy, London, and mostly on camps with a lot of people in the room. So writing for other artists, writing for K-pop projects and other bands, and I would say that the last round of music that I've written, Melodrama and my Hard Gloss EP, I essentially wrote that with just one person. And so my biggest takeaway has been having a lot of voices in the room actually doesn't help me as much as 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 it does if I just have myself and one other writer. Like I think it's about confidence. And I used to have, 4 or 5 writers in the room and I couldn't actually hear myself. And so now I've learned as a songwriter, it's amazing to have the option to have other songwriters in the room. But essentially just having one other songwriter that you really trust. And that brings out a lot of confidence in me as a songwriter that, if I put down a sentence and I don't need 3 or 4 other people to validate that, that sentence feels right for me. And I love it and it's staying and I'm going to publish that and I'm going to market it and I'm going to sing about it on stage for years to come. The other thing that I would say is a very useful tool as a songwriter is learning covers. I learn a cover a day and I constantly learn covers because that's how you get some of those melodies can stick inside the roof of your mouth. And then when you are writing your own song, it's not about plagiarism, but you've learnt the rhythm of songs that have already been proven to connect with large groups of people.
Yeah, in a sense, like muscle memory for your mouth and vocal cords to be able to hit those
Yes.
notes and flow evenly. I love that answer. Thank you so
Thank
much, Bex.
you.
Moving forward, what's one thing you wish more people knew about your personal local scene, like music scene?
Oh, I wish that there was more ground level, entry level opportunities for pop artists. The landscape of Australia, if you've never been here, we are raised on In Excess, Midnight Oil, Hunters and Collectors. We are, essentially fostering indie bands, indie rock bands, mostly male fronted indie rock bands, and there isn't a really an entry level place for pop artists. So that's something that I wish. I mean, in some ways, that's the reason why I've ended up on Drag Race, because I had to find spaces where people still listen to pop music that wasn't a traditional live music venue. So I'm grateful, and that lack of has invigorated a creativity in me to problem solve. But it would be nice to have more acceptance and openness and fostering of like the next Kylie Minogues and the
Yeah.
next Delta Goodrums.
I definitely agree with you on that. Even coming from over here, we don't have much for our pop artists, at least in my local area. We have, a few small little venues here and there that may sometimes, but it's usually, here rock, indie, and like the punk pop or,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So I definitely understand with that, and I hope that in the awaken of, reviving pop. in the fullest sense.
Yeah.
I hope that we find more spaces that get created that make it a little bit more easier or more accessible, I should say, for someone who really wants to. Going and piggybacking off of that, if you were to give any advice for anyone who is, more of a pop artist and wanting to try to find places and spaces to perform, what advice would you give for them to be able to think about doing such?
Well, if there's not a space, I say create it. I'm going to tell you a little story. I went on my first European tour last year, and I didn't know how I was going to fill these 200 capacity rooms. So, again, lack of fosters creativity. And so I use the skills that I have. I'm also a qualified dance teacher. So I found queer dance groups in each of these cities, and I went and volunteered my time and, donated a workshop. And that brought in a whole new group of fans. So, it wasn't ads, it wasn't, I know someone I know who's a promoter. Like, you can't rely on anybody else. And that, just have to emphasize that no promoter is going to fill that room. You have to fill that room. And maybe you are a cyclist. You could go and find a cycle group and offer to do some kind of workshop or activity and connect with people that listen to music in spaces that are more casual. Like, you know, a dance class, a dance troupe, they're going to listen to music. They're looking for pop music. So that's where I go. Maybe you are in a gym culture and there's music there too. There's music all around us. So I would say just try and find something that you love where music exists, and use the limitations that are boxing you in to be creative.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I know over here, in my area, they're starting to put up now Taco Bell cantinas where they have a small stage, and so that's something that I definitely push out for as many people. I'm like, get in touch with them. They have a stage for a reason. I'm 100% sure that they would not mind you doing a set, and I really hope that there's going to be more spaces and an innovation that way, because we really just want to have a good time. And a lot of times, with the economy the way that it is globally, not always do we have, be able to spend for, the big artist tickets. So to give that type of experience on the in between of saving for that experience, I think would be a really great option and really smart of a lot of smaller chain restaurants and or companies doing such to give that space. Um, if you
Yeah.
were to do anything as far as creating something like that for your area out there, what would, if you had like given like, hey girl, this is an Amex card, go wild, go ham, what would like your dream setup be for like artists to be able to have that?
Well, I would buy a truck and I would build a moving stage, and I would take my all girl band with me, which I now perform, with a female bass player and female drummer. And I would take my girls and drive to every single little country town looking for girls and guys and theys that I can inspire and entertain. I think
I
that'll be
love
so
that.
cool, like a massive like disco ball on the top, and just pulling up wherever
The
there are
disco
people and
bus.
performing for free. Yeah, the
We can
disco
call it
bus. That's exactly what I
the
would
Bex disco bus. I could see that.
exactly.
You never know, maybe we're just planting little seeds now and it's going to happen. I like to say things come full circle when we talk with me, so we'll just put that
Oh,
into the
well, we've
ether
put it
out
out there
there.
to the universe.
Yes, yes, it might happen, Bex. And you're going to be like, Paige called it.
Speak it
I
into
want to
existence.
Yes, I want to leave off with a few questions here before we end our interview today. One question would be for any of the viewers that might be feeling a little uninspired, maybe lost, or if of anything, maybe dealing with imposter syndrome, as we all do in any type of profession. What advice and or small pieces of endearment would you offer for our viewers today?
You are a one of one, totally unique, never been done before, will never be done again. Look after yourself, look after your mental health, stay off scrolling unless you really have to for research or to discover new music like me. That's great. If you're an artist, don't get on your knees and suck ass for anyone in the industry. The most important people for you to focus on are your fans. No radio guy, no label guy, no live agent, no one is going to make the impact that you can on community. So put them first. And next time you're feeling sad that you didn't get chosen for some opportunity, just show gratitude for the people that are listening to music, because even last night I was scrolling on Instagram and I was looking at all of the artists that are out there and I was thinking, wow, there's just so much talent and there's so much being produced. So if you have 30 people that give a damn about your art, be grateful, show gratitude, and through gratitude you will slay those insecurities and you will build your confidence step by step through humility.
Thank you so much, Bex. That was fantastic advice and something I definitely will be putting in my little note box over here to remind myself. I appreciate you for taking the time coming on to Soulfully Unplugged. I sure hope this won't be the last time. I wish you nothing but success and excitement for the things that are to come. And thank you so much, Bex. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I really can't wait to see you on on TV. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm saying that. Um,
Drag Race.
I know.
Yes,
I'm sitting here like I can't get the words out because I'm like, I'm going to be talking to someone who's going to be on my TV. That's wild for
literally,
someone
babe.
like me.
Literally. Well, I'm so grateful to you, Paige. Again, your fans here, they didn't hear what we spoke about off camera, but the music industry needs people like you, like more important than new artists, new music, new single, new EP. You are so valued and so needed because you are volunteering your time to platform music, and music is a sacred tribal gift. And so, on behalf of all artists out there, independent and signed, we love you, Paige, and we are so thankful to you and everyone out there supporting music. We love you.
Thank you so much, Bex. I know I absolutely appreciate that. And this is a call to action for all of my music lovers. Please get boots on the ground. Go to your local scenes, go to your local dive bars, venues, festivals. Start talking away. Shoot that shot to someone that you found on Instagram and seeing if they would mind coming on for an interview like I did. You miss 100% of the shots that you do not take. Thank you so much, Bex, for
Amen.
coming on, and I'm so excited to get this out to everyone. I'm going to be sharing everything and emailing you all of the things. Please keep me around and keep me in touch. I would love to be around and be part of your posse when you come to America.
Awesome. Thanks, Paige. Love you guys.
All right, popping back in real quick for a side note into this video. I just want a huge thank you again to Bex. I'm editing this video now and absolutely enamored by you. Everyone, please give her a follow and share some love to her down below. I'm going to have all of her links to her socials and platforms down below. Bex, we are cheering for you from America over here. You've gotten some big fans over here, and I cannot wait to see what you do.
Thank you again for taking the time and spending it with me.
Boston feedback.